everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Three Dads and a Console. We know not every dad can stay up to date on the latest and greatest in video game news that you need to know about, so we are here to do it for you. And remember that this show is kid-friendly, so no earmuffs are needed. Now on with the show. I'm one of your hosts, Wabba Plays, alongside Court.
What's up?
Sup?
What's up? What's up? You actually got that reference?
I was, yeah, barely. I remember I had that as a like a saved video on my computer back when it was like, hey, I'm gonna send this video through email because there was nothing.
I'm pretty
else to
sure
do
when
on
that
the
one
internet.
came out, there wasn't like our internet used to be like, remember that, Pez? When you were trying to like watch porn and it would take like 15 minutes for like the little bit of hair to show up. It was terrible.
Yep,
Those were the days. That other voice you hear is the April Fool, Pez.
Oh my god, it is April Fool's, yeah.
What was that?
A true dad podcast. Three guys just going.
We could probably do, if we need to kill time, we could do 3 more minutes of that.
Everyone that just tuned in from PAX just turned it right off.
Yeah, all the new
They were like, no.
They're like, actually, I'm good.
No thanks. Thanks, but no thanks.
They met you in person? Both of you?
Yes.
There's no new people.
No,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I did meet somebody when I was having lunch with my daughter, and he saw the media badge, and he was like, "Oh, like his family went off somewhere. His wife was like dressed up as something spooky. It was great." And he's like, "Oh, like," so I told him about the podcast. I gave him a card. He does one too for wrestling, so I'm gonna check him out. So that was
Ooh, you're gonna check him out.
It was really cool.
Send it.
Hey,
Send
there's
it.
anything wrong with that.
A wrestling podcast. So
Send
if
it
you're
over.
listening right now.
In other news, guys, I am no longer a Vegas Golden Knights fan. They can suck it.
Oh, we've heard.
Yes.
Or I have inferred that.
Yes.
That
Yeah,
they
So I
can.
have to find
I didn't bring it up.
as my Boston Bruins are one of the best teams in the NHL right now. I got to find a new second team to cheer for in the West because I've got my East team. Like I've got my team in the East. I'm thinking, even though they're not going to make the playoffs, I'm thinking San Jose Sharks.
Ooh, okay.
Little
San
Macklin.
Jose.
Little Macklin.
That or the Colorado Avalanche.
Natch.
Right?
Natch.
What about Vancouver, which is basically
Nope.
Bruins 2.0?
No.
They can't.
He's a whiny baby.
Yeah, he is a whiny baby. You're right. You're right. The stink of Jake DeBrusk.
Yeah.
Killing the
Take
Vancouver Canucks.
Take some Pokemon cards and shove them up his butt.
Shove my
What's wrong with that?
They're
He
probably
knows
not
ball.
even good ones, dude. They're probably like
doesn't know.
Yeah,
They're
they're probably not.
yeah,
even
the
good ones.
reverse hollows are not even good.
They're probably just all Geo dudes.
Yeah, dude, it's just a bunch of bulk, you know.
Yeah.
Dude, Jake DeBrusk collects energy cards.
Jake DeBrusk, worse than the show on Switch 2? We'll find out.
And let's hear about
like
it. So,
that.
Court, you got this show
Yes,
on
thanks
Switch
to my
2.
friends over at PlayStation Canada. I got a copy of my favorite game every year, MLB The Show, and I am playing it on the Switch 2, a console that I thoroughly think is phenomenal. It is my only handheld that I have, and I like it. I'm going to Hawaii in 2 weeks, and I can't wait to. You're acting like Wabba. You don't listen when I talk. And I will be. I'm probably going to bring it so I can play like Mario Odyssey or something. I'll just figure something. I might play some Mario game for the beginning. But MLB The Show is a very good game for me. I'm having a good time playing Diamond Dynasty. I was talking to Pez before. I'm loving the user friendly non-gotchas with regards to playing the game and all that. But I will say this: playing it on the Switch 2, if it's your only way of playing the game, sure. But in handheld mode, even when I'm wearing my glasses, it is really hard to see the ball. It makes it very difficult to see the pitch coming off. Like when you're playing MLB The Show, one of the things you need to be able to do, especially if you're using PCI, you need to be able to see where the ball's coming from. You need to understand whether it's a fastball, curveball, and you can tell that actually by the noise and the way it comes off the pitcher's hand. You really can't do that on the Switch, and I don't think that is a detriment to San Diego Studios. I just think that's the Switch. This showed me that even if they brought out NHL, it wouldn't look good. It would have to look like NHL 95 for it to be playable and just make it up res from that, because unfortunately, even when you dock it, it doesn't get better. The crowd looks, oof, It here's the perfect way to describe it. It looks like it's on the PS4.
Hmm.
Plain and simple. It looks like it's on the PS4, but I think the PS4 was better. Like I could see it better, or maybe that my eyes have gotten so used to playing the show with these updated graphics and how good it looks that I'm having a hard time distinguishing the pitches, and I'm just having a hard time with hitting. I use it right now for grinding on moments that are pitching moments because it's easy just to grind through, or I'm doing any like my collecting or doing the collections or selling cards and stuff. But I'm having a hard time with any of the hitting because my timing, I'm having a hard time with the hitting. It just unfortunately doesn't look that good. The It's interesting. The batter itself looks good. It's just everything in front of them. The pitcher, the stadiums, it looks very blocky, and unfortunately, like the crowds, there's no one in the crowds because they can't really do it.
Right.
It just doesn't look that good, unfortunately.
I do
It sucks.
wonder.
I wish I could say it looked good, but it doesn't.
I do wonder if they just did a Switch 2 exclusive, like Switch 2 only version of the game, if it would look better. Because right now you can play it on both consoles, like Switch and
Yeah,
Switch 2.
so you oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, it's
So you
not
know
just
what?
relegated to Switch 2.
It also like I wish I still had my Vita to play like MLB The Show. I think it was 18 or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it's the same,
I mean,
if you know what I mean.
when I played 22 on my Switch, it
It was
felt
terrible.
it felt the same as MLB 15 that I would play on my Vita. You know, like it felt the same, it looked the same. It was like, oh yeah, I've done this before because it's the show handheld. Like it's never going to be incredible. So that stinks though about the batter stuff. I don't remember like like having an issue batting. I would put it on timing just because the PCI on that small screen was
E-
such a nightmare.
Even on that, dude, it's
Oh,
tough.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Tough.
It's the distinguishing pitches. I think when we were back in the day, the pitches pretty much all looked the same.
Hmm.
I think now with the pitches actually being able to see curveballs and sliders and coming them off the hand, that's how I pay attention to how the pitch is coming, right?
Yeah.
I can't do that on the Switch. I
Right.
can't.
It would. I wish the Switch version it would benefit from something like the batter's eye in MLB in MVP baseball '05 when they would throw the pitch and it would like just flash a color real quick, so you would know like red's a fastball, pink is the fourth pitch or whatever. And I think that would make it probably a lot better, but you can't just implement that for one console version.
But I like what you're saying. Like, but yeah, because they definitely also want to have it so that it's still crossplay. Because that's the thing. Anything I do on the Switch 2 version shows up on my PlayStation version, which is
Right.
very cool. Not gonna lie, that's
Definitely.
very cool.
At least if you're traveling, that's gonna have some benefit. Like you're not gonna get some crazy play sessions, but you can still
100%. So when I go
yeah
to Hawaii, I'm gonna bring it so I can still play the game. Well, let's be totally honest with you. I'm gonna try my darndest. I'm not gonna be very good. I'll probably just focus on doing moments
yeah.
Hmm.
and not mini seasons so that records are not done, and just do play versus computer and not care whether my batting average is good or not.
Right.
Because I know I'm not gonna get much, right?
Hmm.
Unfortunately.
Wonder if
It
that'll
is what
change
it
your
is.
impression too, because it's like it's not like here where it's like, why would I do this if I can just play it on the console? It's like, okay, well, I got a little bit to kill before bed or whatever.
Yes.
See how it goes.
I would say this. If it's your only way to play the game, it's it's the best baseball game on the Switch. But
Right.
I don't know. If you have a choice, I would play it on the PlayStation.
Hmm.
Imagine if they put the motion controls in so you have people like pitching to you and you're just like using the Wii remote and
Because
trying to
if you
swing
needed
at it like
only a
Wii
handheld,
Sports.
yeah, no, I get like, but if
That'd
you
be
only
wild.
needed the handheld, you could play it on the Portal or even your Steam Deck, right? Because you could just play it on
Yes. Yeah, because you could
Yeah,
stream.
remote play.
You could remote play from your
yeah,
PlayStation.
if you needed to have and I wish if there this is what I would say. Sony, put a PlayStation Remote Play app on the Switch.
Yes. No.
Why not?
Jailbreak your Switch too.
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know if they can do that yet.
No.
I am. I do. I am part of the Nintendo modding subreddit. So, but I don't think they've gotten
Allegedly.
that far yet. No, I am part of it.
Oh.
but I'm not going to give the name out in case Miyamoto is just like perusing dad-focused podcasts and hears this.
You know he's in there.
Of course he is. He's probably the one doing it all.
He wants to play. He wants to play N64 games on his Switch, so he's trying to mod it.
Right? He's like, yeah, he's
He's like, "I
done
got
reading
you."
the terrible reviews of Super Mario Galaxy. He's ready to mod his Switch.
I'm going on Friday. Can't wait.
I can't wait to hear about it because I would. A lot of people are like, oh, you know, the pacing's a little fast, story's unfocused. Like, brother, it's a Mario movie.
It's a kids movie.
Like, the kids are gonna be like, oh my gosh, it's so pretty and colorful and blah blah blah, and the dads are gonna go, I remember this guy and 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 this guy.
Yeah, it's not a Scorsese film. It's
Yeah.
Mario.
We're not watching
To me, Mario.
The Departed here, you know.
Yeah. I
Ace
just
v
finished watching the
Mario
first
with
one again.
Rosalina.
So that's our review. So let's switch it up to a new topic.
I love it. Switch it up.
No one like that.
I just
Yeah,
said
it
I
was pretty
loved
good.
it. I just said
Yeah,
I
like,
loved it. I go,
Jesus.
yeah, I loved it.
Okay, well,
it was
I was,
good.
this is like the please clap. Pez and I went on a
Wabba
journey.
is so used to me now that my affirmations don't even mean anything. He's just looking for acceptance from court, and that's it. I loved it. Is anyone even listening to me?
Chad, am I muted?
Yeah, Chad, are we cooked?
Pez, tell us about PAX.
It was great. I enjoyed it. I'm gonna start with this. I was worried. There were no large companies coming this year. There was no PlayStation. Obviously, there was no Capcom, which is usually what they usually show up. There's no Xbox. There was Nintendo, but they weren't demoing anything good or anything new. They were demoing Pocopedia or whatever it's called.
Yeah, Pocopia.
Pocopia. They were demoing
They
Super
had
Mario.
like the Wonder. They had like some like mini games.
Yeah, so they were
in it.
demoing Super Mario Wonder and the new expansion they just put on at Bellevue Park or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
But like there was no, one of the real upsetting things was there was no Pokemon card game booth, so I could continue my my domination of Wabba.
Boo.
But I was worried that it would slowly turn into a more tabletop and board game convention, and this year did not dissuade me of that, because it looked like, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Wabba, it felt like there were more and more board game booths, either in the board game and tabletop side, and also there were a lot in the video game expo area as well. So it feels like it's making a shift toward tabletop RPGs, card games, board games, ton of indie developers. But that's all my jam. So this is a long way of me saying that I had a really great time. I thought PAX was really good. We met our friend Orchin, who came over from Germany. Who got the PAX plague, by the way. He is currently sick.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Germany?
Yep.
He has
Does he
the
know
funny.
Leon Draisaitl?
No, I asked him. He said no.
Why did we? No, did you? Okay, good. He showed us a picture. I tweeted it out. He is continental breakfast at his hotel.
The Cambria in Boston. Name them. Name them.
Seriously, yeah. Seriously, like they need to have the police called on them, because it looked like they were out of food at the prison, and they just put together whatever they could.
Walpole was sending over the Shirley prison was sending over the MREs that they would feed the prisoners.
It was like and piece of bread and piece of cheese and an egg.
Well, and here's the thing about the cheese: it was clearly Kraft singles.
It was like cut in half with scissors. Like seriously, this is like the worst. It's like,
how dreadful.
Oh God, you know those movies? Like it's like those movies where, like, I don't know, I don't want to go into it because bad example, but like it's just, I don't know. It was really sad, and he had to live through that.
It was. So Thursday we did the PAX thing. Wabba and I, and we'll go over the games. Wabba and I worked literally up until about 5:30. Okay, I worked until about 5:30. Our cameraman was not with us because my brother needs back surgery, so I had to do cameras and mics. And then we went out to the corner pub again, like we did last year. Beverages, March Madness,
Yep. Did
food.
some work. Yep.
Your boy crushing the touch tunes. It was great. And then Friday we did it again. Up until about 3:00 when my body was like, I'm done. My legs hurt.
Soft.
I know my legs hurt, my feet hurt, my back hurt from all the Godzilla stuff we had. I was cooked. Your boy was cooked about
That's
3:30.
Full of empanadas.
Full of delicious empanadas. And then you went on Saturday, and we can talk about Saturday, but let's start on Thursday. We did a ton of stuff. We got in for our media hour. Court, you'll be happy to know that Wabba showed up on time.
No.
Yep, it's true.
I don't believe
it's
you.
true. It's true.
So for
Did you guys have
everybody
a bet for that?
here, Wabba does not show up on time for anything.
I arrived
And I
precisely
believe
when
at
I mean
PAX,
to.
Pez picked me up at the airport a couple of years ago. Unfortunately, he got himself a donkey and not me. But that's I'm still a little bit bitter about that one. I love him though. We parked in the parking garage. He's got it in his hand right now. Too.
No,
He's
this
just
is just regular. This was my Taylor Swift cup, but then it got
it's
peeled
melted.
off. Yeah, it peeled off.
You gotta have to go get a Mario cup.
True.
I can't
anyways,
take out a second mortgage for a movie.
Pez and I
Mario
went to
cup.
PAX, and we got there on time, and we called Wabba, and we waited out front for a little while. Is the way that's how Wabba got there. He's like, "Oh, where do you have to go?" We'd already got our passes. We'd already got pictures. We'd just been like, we just want to go inside. Just get here on time. But Wabba and time they're not as fluid as one would think.
Listen,
I will say I did plan to get there at 8, and then I got there at 8:30.
Listen,
So you know what?
So that's what you have to do. Tell you to be a half an hour earlier, and then you'll be on time.
Yeah, it's like talking to my parents, dude. We tell them dinners at like 4:30 when it's really 5:00. And as I learned at my current job on my second day, I was told time is a suggestion. Wabba's time is just a suggestion.
What's crazy though is I planned the schedule, so that's as far outside of the thing. Good luck. Inside the thing, I'm on.
Locked in.
I'm on point.
Locked in. I was there. You know what? It took me an hour and a half to drive into Boston, which I was shocked about because I thought it would take only an hour. But I was there at 8:00 and picked up my badge, and I hung out by the bathrooms on the main floor. There was like a shoe
where we
shine
said we'd be doing
place.
photos.
Yeah, we were by the dumpster. No one came by. Unfortunately.
Pez, do we have the same glasses?
We may. Are they Oakleys? Mine
No
are
way.
Oakleys.
No way. Oh my
Pretty
gosh.
close. Pretty close. We are truly a dad podcast now.
They need to sponsor us. Hey, Oakley, you owe us.
When you
owe us
bust
money.
out the clear frame glasses, you are dad.
I'm not Oakley though.
Big time.
But
No,
yeah,
mine
my
are.
daughter picked these out. She was like, "You gotta go clear frames," and I love
They're
them.
pretty cool.
Look at us. Look at us.
And now I can't see again. I'm just going back to being blind.
That's
This is
all right.
easier.
It's not a great mug to look at, so don't worry about it. I was
Fair.
I hung out by the there's a few benches, so I just hung out on the bench and I was playing Slay the Spire and I was waiting for Wabba, and then we hopped in line and we were off.
It was question.
Yes.
For the press pool. So Nintendo was there. What was it? Just Pokemon again?
They had a Pokemon Coliseum, which had a 2-hour wait if you didn't get there. The Pokepedia, and then they had the Disney
Pokepedia.
Wonder and the Bell thing, and then they had a photo op, which was cool. I did that on Saturday.
And that was it. Like that was it for them. There was no Pokemon
No store.
no store, no big card, no Pokemon TCG area like there was every year we've been there. Yeah, there wasn't like a ton. But so we get in for media hour and we peruse the floor and we head over to the Magic the Gathering area. So we can get our free card packs. Now they're advertising Ninja Turtles in Magic the Gathering. Yeah. Right? So I was like, oh, maybe we'll get a Ninja Turtle pack. Nope, we didn't. Wabba and I do this like you essentially stand in front of an iPad and you find out what color you are, and then they give you a pack of cards based on that color. So I got a green pack, Wabba got a blue pack, and
You thought for sure I'm getting Ninja Turtles because I got the green pack.
no,
It was
because
like
there
a
was a bunch
generic
of
battle
different
deck,
colors. It was just a
like
generic
pre-made.
like demo pack. But we sit down, we go, yeah, let's give this a shot. We sit down, guy, literally no one is there yet. And the guy goes, yeah, I'll be right over to help you guys out. Have you guys played before? And we went, no. Guy never shows up. This dude never shows up. He just like
he's like he's already done with PAX.
Yeah,
It
he just
started.
like Sailor Moon, like, oh, my job here is done. And we're like, you didn't do anything. And then he's just gone. And so we sit down, we look at the rules. It says don't shuffle your cards. Wabba and I shuffled our cards.
Yeah, fair.
I put a land card down. No idea what that means. It just says put a land card down. I put
You gotta
one down.
tap it, bro.
And then we both looked at each other and went, I don't know what I'm doing. Should we stop? And he went, yes. And I was like, good, let's go. And we got up and walked away. Guy never said a word, never came over. All these like magic booth people are like looking at us. And I would like make eye contact with one and I like put my hand up and he would just like turn around and walk away. I was like, well, guess we're not playing Magic right now because I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, or ever. Bye, Felicia.
I mean, or ever. So the media hour, we walked around. Wabba played a game called Fishbowl. So
Yes.
talk about it.
I think so the developer wasn't able to be there, but some folks from I believe Pop Agenda were, who's and it's a game. You get the idea that it happens during COVID. It has to do with, some relatives who are also passed, and it has to do with putting a lot of uh emotional investment into inanimate objects. And these are all three things that I'm like, oh dang, these things are gonna hit. So
Okay.
it looks like
You're
top
laughing
down
at
like type of
depression here. Just-
Undertale. It's very sad.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, it's very depressed, and you can tell there's like a lot of like different things. Like I don't, it is going to be a very emotional game. I'm very much looking forward to it. It's going to ruin my day, and you know what? I'm going to love it for it. I'm super excited. I believe it comes out tomorrow. I stopped a little early because I'm not trying to cry in the club, and that's what I wrote. They had some notes that you could write, and I said, "Why are you making me cry in the club?" From Wabba, and I'm super excited. Again, it's like a right up my alley. It's probably not for a lot of folks, because you don't want to be depressed in your free time. I believe the studio is called I Miss My Friends. So, you know what?
Which is crazy.
This is
Which is crazy.
this they're
It's
two folks. So they're
people.
two devs from India. So, I think again, it sounds weird. I'm very excited to play. This is exactly my kind of game. I can't wait to play it. This is a Steam Deck game, and then I'm gonna hide under the blanket and cry while my wife, listens to her weird stories.
And then if you are listening to this on April 2nd,
There is so
the
much
game has
there. Can
launched.
we just roll back to him saying he was going to hide in the blanket while he listens to his wife, and then he paused for a little bit?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
While
And
I cry,
I
She-
forgot.
while I
Try
cry.
and hide
Yep.
in the blanket while listening to his wife.
No, while she
You could just
listens to her
edit
weird
that one
stories.
part out, and we could. Oh my god.
But launches April 2nd, so check it out if you're interested. Also, there's a demo on Steam.
Love it.
From there, because that was in the PAX Arena showcase, we met a wonderful person from Yusef from Flip Alive Games, and Wabba played Heartlinks. So Wabba, tell us about Heartlinks, because you and Yusef were nerding out.
Yeah, this was I reached out, so he doesn't have like a PR firm. I just reached out like through email, and he said he's like not doing interviews, but like let him know when to come by, like when we're gonna come by, and he was there. So the inspirations are Danganronpa, Persona, and Portal, and you get those vibes from this game. Basically, you're in this like class, and there's also a hint of like romancing, which I was like, how much can we romance? What? Let's go. Important
Women.
questions. So it has you basically get some different tools that you can use to freeze and stop time. There are some Portal type puzzles in it. It's very anime-y, but I think that the puzzle aspect, it's very it's gonna be very challenging. I'm excited to learn more. He actually had a Persona live show sweatshirt, which was very funny. And like these are like the kinds of games I love. If you like Portal, you're gonna like this. I think it leans on that more than it leans on some of like the anime tropes and things like that. Um, yeah, it's called Heartlinks. It looks great. I thought it was a really polished demo, and this is one that I'm like really excited to think this is one I'm looking forward to kind of the most from this show. I just think Portal it's I don't get that gameplay a lot anymore. I feel like that was like very unique, and I definitely felt like that like type of challenge. So great demo. PAX Rising, saw it right away, and shout out him. And I actually emailed him and said I'm like super stoked. It's and he messaged me back, which was very cool.
And
So
they will have a Kickstarter. What do you say? Go live in June?
yes. Yeah, we'll have more information on it when we come out with the video. It'll be in the description. But yeah, we're gonna send him everything. He's gonna, plan out the next steps he shared, and he's gonna let us know when there's any news or updates. So we're definitely gonna cover this. It's a game definitely to keep an eye out. So yeah, this was excellent, really well polished. PAX Rising, like great. Yeah, I thought it was excellent.
So once we went from there, we went to a game called No, I Am Not a Human. Let me set the stage, but no, I am not a human. Unlike most PAX East demo banks, this was not a, bank of 6 computers set up, some guy sitting there being like, all right, sit down, play the game, let me know how it is. You walked into a booth. Let's see, I am about 6'2". You walked into about an 8-foot booth with a very almost oversized door. The attendant there gives you a pistol. It's connected. All of a sudden, you press the touchscreen iPad on the door, you get the game going, and all of a sudden you hear a heavy knock on the door. Dun dun dun. You have to look through the peephole on the door.
I hate it.
And then you see a face. You look back on the little touchscreen iPad or whatever. You look back at the iPad that's on the front of the door. You can choose to pick eyes, teeth, or hands. It is your job to figure out if the person looking at you is a real human or a skinwalker. Those don't know what a skinwalker is, go look it up on Wikipedia. They are terrifying. And you get 4 guests in an evening, and you only have 8 energy to use on those 4 guests. Every time you pick to look at their eyes or their teeth or their hands, it costs 1 energy. Once you believe it is either a skinwalker or a human, you have to open the door. And standing in front of you is this about 6-foot monitor with a picture on it. And if you believe it's a skinwalker, you shoot it. And if you believe it's a human, you wait 5 seconds and you win. It was great. It was really, really good. The line moved super quick. I think the best thing about that game was the fact that you could, that they built a literal door and you had to look through the eye hole, the peephole, and make your decisions. And it was so much fun. It took maybe, 5 minutes total. And it wasn't as scary as I thought it would be. I think if you made that game in like VR, it would be terrifying. I obviously went 4 for 4. I'm an animal.
I went 4 for 4 because I'm paranoid.
It was really, really fun. I thought it was going to be scary. It wasn't. It was the interactions on it were great. Very cool game. Very, very cool game. I don't understand how you would play that on Steam. But in person with that sort of demo setup, fantastic.
Yeah, it was creepy. I think skinwalkers are real. So, yeah.
What?
They are. Skinwalkers are real. They live in the Appalachian Mountains. They're Wendigos.
Oh, for God's sakes.
I have an actual real fear, and that demo brought it all to life.
Yes, I got it
so
all on
Pez is like,
video,
it wasn't
don't
scary.
worry.
I'm like...
Don't worry, I got it all on video too. It's all good. From there, we went over to Hypersect. So they were part of the Boston game developer table. It was a lovely man from Salem, Mass. Shout out Salem, Mass.
Whoop whoop.
home of the witches. And Wabba played a game called Never's End. Wabba, tell us about it.
Never's End. It's like a tactics Disgaea type game. He said it was inspired by like Final Fantasy Tactics. And what I thought was interesting here is, there's some things that you'd expect, being able to, it's a grid style map. It's using like temperature instead of just magic. So you use things like pulling the heat off of one square and using it to like either use wind and push somebody or like to, warm up an enemy, or eventually they be, turn, they at fire. And it's like a really interesting concept. Instead of just use fire, use ice, it was like pulling the elements from like around the player, like the absence of heat might, like you can actually like pull the heat away instead of just doing a fireball now that enemy has like freezing. And I don't know, I think, I definitely like am curious to know, like spend more time with it, but I think just that use of it is very creative. Also too, you don't even need to learn magic. You can just go fight battles like I did. And he like he was like, no, don't need you, like I want to show you this. So like it is kind of like very go your own path. So, definitely super interested in learning more. I like the concept that is, it's just he's trying something very different with some of the skills, and I think that's very refreshing in a game like that, because I think it can be very, you know, it's not a new style, but he's adding something new, and I
Right.
think that's cool.
Yeah, the temperature aspect to magic I thought was incredibly intuitive, and as he explained it, I was like, yeah, I really, really want to jump in on this and see what's happening, because it was fun. It was well, it looked fun. I haven't played it yet. It looked really fun. Yeah, look good. Look good. Next we went to what could be my video game of the show.
Hmm.
We went to a booth full of Polish developers from Poland.
Don't make me get out of the booth.
We played a game called
Hey,
Dominus
Corporal
Automa.
Willie.
Autonoma.
Automa. I'm sorry.
Oh, maybe not. I don't know.
Dominus
I'm gonna go with Wabba being
Automa.
right. No, Autonoma. He's probably right.
No, it is Automa.
Nailed it.
Really?
Yeah, I can read, you guys. I mean, barely, but I can read. This is an MMO made for dads. Literally what he told us was, he goes, outside of myself, all the developers, all the studio members are all dads. We made an MMO for dads. And we were like, okay, talk to us about that. And instead of talking to us about it, he said, watch the screen. And so we watch the screen, and there is a character on the screen just like killing wolves. And we're like, yeah, he's killing wolves. He pulls out his phone and he says, okay, watch. And he pulls up Discord and he clicks on his character's profile, and he says, go chop wood. Sends it to the game, and then he's off chopping wood. So this game is made so people that don't have the time to put in hours and hours and hours into MMOs can still play an MMO game with their friends, but your character is at your fingertips. He states that it's integrated with Discord already. He wants to integrate it with things like WhatsApp. So as you are out about in the world doing your real life stuff, you can still have a server with a bunch of friends, and you can all be doing stuff while you're working, while you're at your kid's soccer game, while you're doing whatever you're doing. And it's really, really cool. And Wabba, I'm gonna let Wabba go into how much of a jerk he was to the mage. So take it away.
Yeah, so you can also, so when you fight, it's not like you click like an MMOs and like use your skills. It just does it for you. So like it's very hands off, and like you can talk to it instead of using the controller. So if you don't want to click around or whatever, you just say in the mic. And this dude was like giving me like a lot of crap because I'm like, hey, get some, sell your loot. He goes, oh, I would if I had loot to sell. Haha. I'm like, dude, like I don't know your dynamic in this game. Like there's video of me fighting with this thing. But it's cool because you're basically building your own bot. So it can learn your routines, but if you want to set it, like you basically give it like a set of directives and it will do that. And it's really interesting to see AI used in this way, where you're basically creating a character that you create the requirements for it, and then you set it on a path. And also, it's like an LLM, so like it'll learn how you play when you're there. So if you do not set any parameters, it will build it um, based on how you typically play. And so when your friends hop in, your character's going to be doing what you do, unless you want to do something different. And it's like it's so interesting, and I don't know, I really enjoyed learning about it.
And because it's a LLM, we actually used different language to talk to it, and it picked it up right away.
Yeah, knew I was speaking Spanish poorly.
Very poorly. But it picked it
Cerveza
up right
por
away.
favor.
See. But it picked it up right away, and then character went off
See?
and running. So
See?
I played the playtest on Steam at my house. It was really good. Got a key for the game, so I'm definitely gonna check it out as they keep updating it. But highly recommend checking if you're like an old school RuneScape player, like, but you have two or three kids now and you can't be around all the time. Check this out.
Casual.
Check this out. It's
The
a fun
Dirty
game.
Sanchez.
Nope. Don't check that out. Don't look at that. Then we went off to Soft Source and met Ian, who
Who named that?
I don't know. I mean, I have no idea. But we went off and we met Ian. I don't have his card on me. Oh yes, I do. Ian from he is the president of Gold Pack Goblins.
Yep.
And
Now
they
that
just
I
launched-
like. That name's
They,
better.
they just launched their like PR firm like this year.
it
Or
was
their publishing firm.
we played a game called Spookaboo. It is a party style game. You essentially are a Ghostbuster. Your job is to
Ooh, I like that.
Your job is to go into these like what the world we played in was essentially called like the 80s, and it was all like modeled after like, you know, there was a world called Motel California, and it's like all that kind of like pun related stuff that obviously dads love. And your job is literally to go in and bust ghosts, and you start with like normie ghosts, and then they have ghosts that have different things. Some are bigger, some are little, and you are it's chaos. Wabba, Ian, and I played, the three of us. It was absolutely chaotic. It is a really good party game. Again, reminded me of like stuff like Soulmates and games like that, where you need to work together, but also if you kind of want to be an agent of chaos, you can do that. Ran really well. I think they were running it on a Windows PC. Ran really well. It's voice acted. The VA of who did Sly Cooper does all like the main voice acting. Kevin, I forget his name. But it was really good. Yeah. Macaulay Culkin.
I'm trying here.
Kevin Miller,
Kevin Miller,
voice actor.
the ex Bruins player.
Kevin Millar.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Red Sox player.
It was a good game. It was really good. I'm looking forward to checking out more of it. I enjoyed it. I don't know if there's anything you want to add to that.
No, just really polished demo. Like, looks ready to go.
We then went over to Yang Mobile, and Wabba played a game called High Times. I did play the demo here at my house, so I can also talk about that. But Wabba, why don't you talk about it? What is High Times?
It is coffee talk, but with donuts. Voice acting's great. Stories are great. You can romance people. Wink, wink. So let's go. It is just a fun story game, and they have like really legit voice acting in it. It's people who have done a lot of things, and they are very successful in Kickstarter, so they've had to actually flesh out like more stories. It was fantastic. The folks who were there were super nice. They were great, honestly, a great interview while we were playing, and they gave us some great stickers my daughter loves, and they gave us some mango treats, which was great. And High Times is like it's so bright and colorful, and it was like I reached out before we got the PR email, and they responded. So yeah, it's just they're really passionate, and the game looks great, and it's going to be very story driven, and also do a little bit of romancing, which I'm all about that life.
What Wabba didn't tell you. Yes, they are donuts, but they are
there's
infused donuts. So the way
That's
these
right.
donuts work is you make your donuts, but all of like the glazes for it do different mood. They're mood enhancers.
That's right. Oh yeah, there's
So
there's some of the sticky icky on the sticker sheet.
yep. It is definitely not
Hold
a
on, hold on.
child friendly game.
I was gonna say it sounds like it's
No,
I
yeah, you should not.
Depends what state you're in.
You should not.
well no
like,
in Canada it doesn't matter. It's
Yeah, it's fine in Canada.
also in
Good in
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Maybe not.
you can
So-
get high
Pennsylvania.
on your own supply in Canada.
You sure can.
Also, you have to pay by the sprinkle, which I did not realize until I started draining my bank account.
Yeah, so Wabba was supposed to make this woman just a vanilla donut. He burnt the donut, put in his vanilla glaze, and then spent about $20.
Wabba's glazing everything, eh?
Spent about $20 in sprinkles, and then because it was the wrong donut, also had to refund her $10.
Wabba's
It was
just
like
out
a
here
$30 donut swing. Yeah, she didn't even want his glaze. That was the problem.
Bad first day.
Well, Wabba does like glazing.
L in the
Loves
chat.
it. But the demo was fun. I played through 5 days. It's a 7-day demo, in-game days, obviously, not regular days. Really enjoyed it. Again, like Wabba said, legit voice actors. Very, very good. And also a game that I'm really looking forward to. Then we went and played probably the hardest freaking game I've played in a long time. God Save Birmingham. Birmingham, out in old Britain it is.
Hello, mate.
Hey, mate, what you doing over here, yeah?
You geezer.
Yo, geezer. I'll point you right in the job, I will. You wake up as this dude. We played a half-hour demo. You wake up as this dude, and you are just swamped by zombies. And it is a survival horror game. And I died in about 20 minutes. I didn't even finish the demo because I got swarmed by a bunch of zombies. It was difficult. You obviously didn't have like endless things to carry, but the combat was hard, and it was very meticulous on where you hit with like your axe. Very violent. Like I was at one point, I was in the swing of things, and I was swinging that axe, and I was chopping heads. And the moment I got run, I turned to surrounded. I turned to Wabba and I went, game's over. And I could not get out of it. They were just locked in on me. I couldn't build anything. It was a difficult game. Will I buy it? No. Will I buy it on sale? Maybe. But if you like those kind of survival horror games, you'd be into it. It looked really good for an alpha. It ran really well. It was very popular amongst the floor. There was a ton of people playing it. So it was just really difficult. It was really, really difficult. So it's one of those games that you'll have to sit down for like 2 hours, be okay with getting like your head kicked in, and then feeling that sense of progression and moving on. And that is what drives you to continue playing. And then we went to a hotel in Glazed. No, so we went across.
Jesus Murphy, like you just unbelievable.
We went across the street to the Omni Hotel, so Wabba could play Rain 98.
That game is great. There's a demo in one room and there's an interview in the other, and it was the lead director from Japan who had a translator with him. So we played the game. It's a demo about a girl who you technically travel back in time, and she wants to like end the world, and you have to do these tasks for her, and it's all based with like in the 90s, 98. I don't want to go too into it because I think a lot of the allure is going to be learning it. It is so incredibly beautiful and polished and well done. And if you're into visual novels and things like this is an insta buy. Like there's no this is like the quality is so high. As someone who's played a lot of like visual novels, I'm so excited. It's great, and the discussion I thought was great too. Being able to ask like about like his inspirations and the color scheme. It's all very blue, like the song. Just being able to ask about some of the things that we played, and it was also a very unique experience. Speaking kind of through a translator and that type of interview style, which I've never done before.
My man prepped questions.
I did that. Like that's how I was like I have to like I'm taking this serious. So I did, and there we do have the audio that's going to be out at some point. And also too, I got to take a picture with him and the mascot, Murby, which is their version of Furby.
Murby, definitely not a Furby.
So it was great. And again, I just don't want to go too much into the game because we played part of it that is after the beginning. So there's some mini game stuff in there, but like again, it looks beautiful. Go check it out if you like visual novels. If you're not a weeb, I don't know, get cultured.
Get wrecked. Lastly, on Thursday, we met the most unhinged people I have ever met at PAX. They are from No Quarter Software. They are from Brazil. It was incredible. And the reason, Court, listen to the title of this game. This is why we played it. This game is called Brazilian Drug Dealer Before 4. Demons from the portal to hell I opened are still in the favela, and now I have to save mamadas from Ronaldo. That is the name of the game.
There's a lot of crossovers there.
I know.
It is wild. Pez apparently reached out to these guys. I saw him on Reddit, and we reached out to him independently.
It is it is definitely a Doom clone, obviously. Not obviously, you guys didn't see it yet. It is a Doom clone where all of the weapons are taken from Brazilian, they're Brazilian inspired. So he was like, yeah, we have green coconuts down here in Brazil. He's like, so one of the weapons is you crack these coconuts open, you shove a grenade in them, and then you shoot them out into the favela.
One Ride or Die was talking to us about, where because he's an electrician, like you have to, it's something you use for the shower to electrocute enemies, because he said like in that area they don't like heat the water before it goes up. They heat the tube before it comes out.
They heat it. Yeah, like right before it comes out of the shower, it passes. They essentially heat it with electricity. And I loved him so much. I bought a physical copy of Brazilian Drug Dealer 3.
No, put that back up there again.
It's rated B for Brazilian.
Oh my goodness gracious!
So this
the
is
whole
Brazilian,
time Pez is playing. Oh my gosh!
So this is Brazilian Drug Dealer 3. I opened a portal to hell in the favela, trying to revive MIT. A la, I need to close it. Haven't played it yet. It is a literal disc. There's a literal disc, and he was like, "Yeah, we built an installer so you could install it on your PC." There's also a Steam code in here.
He's so funny.
He
doesn't know how funny he is.
He was incredible. I will have to bleep out literally everything he said, because I'd be running around. And he goes, "Kill that MFer! Kill that MFer! Kill that MFer!" The whole time. I'd be like, "Where? How did you come up with this?" He goes, "Oh yeah, in Brazil we did that. Kill that MFer! Kill him!" We played it for a good 15 minutes. I had a blast. The boys have never been more back.
Did you guys do cocaine?
I wish. I felt like I
was
did
in a
after.
trinket bag.
I felt like I did after.
They also had somebody who was dressed as a Green Goblin from their logo all 4 days getting into the Twitch party dressed as this Green Goblin with like face. It's so
incredible.
These guys are so funny. I don't know if they know how funny they are. Like they're just so unhinged. It's so like refreshing. After a full day of like, us being on our best behavior to just kill those MF, like he's
great.
We need more of this.
It was great. It was great. And then we came back Friday. Wabba and Chen, again, my friend from Germany.
Hello.
Are you saying hello, or did you lose your mic for a minute?
No, hello is how you. It's
okay.
It's a German word. It's one of the 2 German words I know.
You could have just said okay. Anyway, they were very gracious and gave me 2 hours of their time, and we sat down and we played the Godzilla TTRPG. Wabba, what were your thoughts as someone who is not a TTRPG player?
I had a lot of fun.
Talk about going into it and then what you came away with.
So in the beginning, it's kind of weird. There's a little bit of embarrassment for not doing that, but then you have to realize nobody cares. But also too, having a DM or a leader, whatever it's called in this, who's very into it and like very descriptive and who's very like accommodating. I thought the person who we were paired with was fantastic.
By the way,
I think the game itself is very fun.
She is the head editor at IDW Publishing.
I guess that's why she's that's great at being able to describe the scene.
She was great.
But no, it just I think the its style is very easy for newbies. There's no dice; it's all card based. The world is pretty cool, and yeah, again, I had fun. I went into it not just thinking, okay, this is the time for me to spend with Pez and the boys, and I left being like, dang, I would be willing to do this again.
So, you can catch my whole review on 3datsconsole.com. But essentially, it is playing card based. So, if for some reason you lose the Godzilla cards that come with it, you can literally pick up a bicycle deck and play. There's no dice involved. We played with pre-made characters. I was Jackson Jackhammer Jones, the tank, a big ragey boy, and I played
True.
like a jerk, and I made snide comments to Wabba's character like a jerk because it was fun. And that's what you're supposed to do. And essentially, we were a team of this we were part of the G-Force team, which is a militarized unit set to take down kaiju. We were sent off to a military site where they haven't heard from the cleanup crew because hours before there was a kaiju attack, and you have to find out what's happening. I'm not going to spoil it for you because part of that is the starter set. It was really, really good. And as someone who is not a big I haven't played many TTRPG systems. This one, once she explained the rules, once you get through like your first round of actions, incredibly easy to pick up. In the beginning, as she's explaining it, you're always like, wait, what? But then once you get through your first thing of actions, super easy to use. What I enjoyed about this system is there was more emphasis on role play than there was on combat. So I feel like it's a very newbie friendly game because, like Wabba said, when you first sit down at a table and they're like, what does your character do? And you're like, I don't know. And Wabba would look at me and say like, okay, what do I do? And I said, I don't know. What would your character do? And he'd be like, okay. And then, it's like, you got to stop. It's not what would Pez do. It's what would Jackson Jones do? Oh, he would stay in this room with a bunch of zombies coming at him and use his seismic jackhammer and try to kill them all. Right. Like that's what he would do. So we played for 2 hours. I had a blast. And then they gave us a literal swag bag of stuff.
We got better stuff because we were media.
We got a full play
Cool.
mat, which I have right here. Look at this thing. Look at this mat. This play mat is sick.
It was awesome. Oh my gosh, I haven't unrolled mine yet.
Yeah, we got the play mat that we played on. Look at that.
Whoa.
Pretty sweet. We got a bunch of IDW Godzilla comics, a few pins, and they're like hardcover, like omnibus comics. It's really crazy. Nice. It's crazy. So we played that for 2 hours. I had a really, really good time. And then we went to play Polyfighter from Dead Good Media.
Yeah, that game's great. It's basically like there's so much inspiration from like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat and all the fighting games. It's a roguelike. Your move set changes based on who you beat, and I think it's gonna be fun. Again, another just like good polished fighting game. It's not like an online versus or anything. So like if you like fighters, it's super. I would say like casual. There's 2 movesets too. So if you don't want to do like the motion controls like in Street Fighter, you don't have to. Yeah, that's gonna be one I definitely check out. So shout out them.
It is a single player fighting roguelike game, and that you can download the demo on Steam. I played through it. I got my butt kicked a few times, but once you pick up the controls, the controls on at least in the demo felt a little laggy, I'm gonna say. But it could just be input lag from my controller or whatnot. But again, it once I played the demo on Steam, immediately right to the wish list because I really enjoyed it. It was really, really fun. And then to round this all out, but tell us about your day on Saturday.
So I went with my daughter on Saturday. She dressed up as Rumi from K-pop Demon Hunters. I dressed up as Bobby, the manager. And she was excited. We got there at 9:30, opened up at 10. We played a few games. We had a demo with Earthlings, which I'll put on our site. Also, the person I met for Earthlings once is willing to come on and do a podcast with us. So, it's a game where you like do blind boxes and you can trade, and the incentive is to trade because then the lineage gets stronger and basically the bloodline of that little character guy gets stronger. I went back and played Cat Secretary as well. They were excited to see us again and have her try. But a lot of it was just walking around. We saw the Jimmy Fund. They were my safe adults that I told her to go to if she got lost. So shout out to the Jimmy Fund who was there. They did excellent this weekend. Um, but she loved the cosplay aspect. People were, as we were walking around, they were saying, "Oh, I love your Rumi costume." She was loving it. She was like getting up the courage to tell people that she liked their costumes. Um, we've also played with the and she had to get it repaired, and there was like a great repair group that was like super like cutting the little strings off her, and they were being so like kind to her. I just thought that was like really cool. We played the demo a lot for I think the next playgrounds, which is like this little video camera and you can jump around. We played like they had a Bluey game and a Gabby game on there, and there's like some dancing ones, and it looks really cool. I'd love to like she had so much fun with that. Hopefully, we can do more with that. But yeah, we and then also too Retroware had a free play arcade, and she did a lot of Dance Dance Revolution, and that was just fun. A lot of kids were doing it. Then you had like the double pad ones where like there was somebody I saw, I have a video of him. He was turning to the crowd and flourishing and hitting everything on two pads. It was insane. People were going nuts. It was such a cool environment, like like how it used to be at the arcades. And I asked him, he said he memorizes it in chunks when he turns around. It's incredible. But we stayed there. So I packed a lunch. We stayed there till I think we left at 8:30 at night.
That's crazy.
And the show flow closes at 6. She just wanted to walk around. She wanted me to show her all the different rooms. She wanted to learn everything. She wanted to see all the costumes. There's a very nice cosplayer. I don't know her but she was dressed as Rosalina. At like 7 o'clock, she came up to her and was talking to my daughter like about stuff and like dress like the cosplay stuff, and was being so kind to her. Didn't have to. I don't know. It was just really cool. My daughter got to be like one of the big kids because like everyone was just so nice to her, and it's really, I don't know, really cool. And it was a great experience. I was exhausted. I spent all of Sunday on the couch sleeping. But she had so much fun. I have a picture of her like with her hands up, and she's like, "Why would I want to leave?" And we did try the Mario demo too. We got some pins. We took pictures, what they call this stuff, and she just wanted to take pictures of stuff. And I don't know, it was cool. She loves it, and she's gonna want to do it every year now. So I'm looking forward to it. So PAX, good for your kids.
Yeah.
2026 review.
There it is. Overall thoughts of the show, Wabba, or the
I loved
convention?
it. I think it was one of my favorite. One, because I think we're getting good at this media thing. I will say, McCourt missed you there. Was
Hey, I'll be there in October.
I don't know. Yeah. It was I will say, as much as I enjoyed hanging out at night.
And in
corner
what, like
pub, you
3
brought
more years? In 3 years.
I will say the corner pub is
2
not
years.
as exciting
2
without
years.
you there.
Yeah, I'll be there in 2
good.
years. 2 more years.
But no, it was great, and also too, just being able to share it with my daughter, I think made it like even more special.
Well, that
So,
is the best.
It was really cool that she could kind of get a look into the this world, one that we've created together as a brand,
Mhm.
and be able to experience it because of kind of this, and that was very neat. So, yeah.
Awesome.
And your wife enjoyed the day to herself.
I will say she wasn't worried, but she'd be like, "You guys good?" And I'm like, she doesn't want to leave, and I'm good. Like I'm I don't care. Like, but it was cool. Again,
That's a lot
retro
of
war having
walking
that
though for you. I'm not talking your
15,000
daughter's
steps.
fine.
Yeah, she was fine, but like she just didn't like. She passed out. She passed out right in the car.
Oh, I'm sure.
But like just
I'm surprised
again,
you
like
didn't
the
either,
retro.
honestly.
So close. But yeah, like again, like Retroware, I know we went with them. Them having that free play arcade open just all night, like that's so cool. Like it just created something for people to still be able to do and hang out. But like even just sitting around and watching people, we were sitting down, some guy behind me's passed out on one of those chairs on the third floor, just snoring,
Nice.
and we're like giggling to each other. It's just, I don't know. It was very cool memories, and I've got a billion pictures to show for it. So
Dope.
I'm wondering
Was
what she'll
Dunkin'
have
Donuts
us
there?
dressed as next year.
No.
No, and that's why They
Wish.
trolley gummy worms weren't, so we got 2 bags of it on a That was like her dinner on
So
Saturday.
was this the least amount of games there ever?
There were a lot of games. I guess you could
They-
say yes, but it didn't seem like it.
Yeah, yes, but I think you could. Yes, definitely, because some of the booths last year that had games was just like merch stands this time.
Yeah, like people are selling Pokemon and Magic cards too.
Yeah, there was a
Which is
lot
new.
of there were a ton of places selling like slabbed Pokemon cards. Ton of them.
Black
so
prices.
so that was new. That was definitely new this year. And like I said at the top, it was like all indie developers. Still like a lot of Southeast Asia representatives, which I was surprised because Togi was like, yeah, it was so expensive, we can't come this year. But yeah, definitely felt like it feels like it's going to be an indie and like tabletop style convention moving forward.
Still busy though,
Which is fine.
which was good.
Yeah, like
Saturday especially. Friday and Thursday not so much. To the point where the dev from Japan for Ray 98, he asked us a question about, like, is it typical that, it's kind of slow today? Like people aren't finishing the demo, and Pez had a great answer where it's like you kind of feel a lot of pressure on a long demo, but also too, like I said, like Thursday's just not busy. And that's fine. That's why I'm glad we do our media stuff then when it's not crazy.
right.
Halloween. Ilphonic was there too with Halloween, and they set the world record for most Michael Myers cosplayers.
Oh,
at
did
like
they?
254. Yeah,
Wow, nice.
so that was cool. But yeah,
Cool.
that's it. That's PAX.
That's PAX.
All right.
Go Bruins.
Go. All right. Yeah. Final thoughts. Go Bruins.
Yeah, seriously. Go Bruins. Suck.
Bruins.
Jays are good. Is
Fair.
what it is.
All right, folks. We'll see you soon. Check our website and for YouTube for more videos that will Pez will mostly edit. I'm gonna do one though because
I was gonna say
that's what I do.
you gotta send them to me first, then I shall
Yeah.
edit.
Well, Pez is behind because I didn't send him anything. I was
Sorry.
passed out. All right, guys. We'll see you soon. We'll miss you. April Fools or whatever. Bye.
Love you, bye. Hate you, bye. Just kidding, April Fools.